Hey y'all, Healing Truth here. I'm gonna title this video, Do You Know Who Your Children Are Around? I know some thoughts came to my head, messages. We have our children around people that we really don't even know deeply. And one day I was at the park and I was with my girls. This was actually last summer. And a lady, I forget what we were talking about, but she said that, or how we even led on the conversation. But anywho, she said that, oh, I don't force my children to, or my grandchildren to hug or go up to anyone, especially if they're feeling vibes with them. And if I do that, that's called rape. And then it clicked in my head. I'm like, wow, that is a form of rape. I guess you're like, oh, how is that a form of rape? Well, imagine this. A long lost cousin come from out of town that you haven't seen in 10 years. You have a baby or a toddler, someone who can sense that this long lost cousin that you haven't seen in 10 years, but you want your child, oh, go hug your cousin Dookie. Hug Dookie. Come on, that's your cousin Dookie. Hug Dookie. And the child is like, no, I don't want to hug cousin Dookie. Please don't. You feel me? And I don't know. I grew up in a household to where people were big on saying, "Oh, that's your cousin," or "Get your cousin, speak to your cousin," And as a child, I really didn't get good vibes from these cousins. But you know, hey, cuz, uncle, auntie, basically, what I'm trying to say is, I think I said it. Do you know who your children are around? Even people that you may have known for a long time. Do you know them? Because something else that was really crossing or rattling my mind is when we leave people around our children and they don't spank them or whoop them in front of us, but behind our back, they whoop them, they spank them, they cuss them. Things that they would not do in front of you, the parent. Even if you are a cussing, whooping parent, you whoop, you cuss, They don't do this. The people that you leave your children around, they don't do this in front of you. But the moment you leave, they whoop them. They come up with bruises or scars. I know in a situation for me, my children got taken from me. And that's another story that I will be revealing. I'm just trying to be led by the Spirit on how to reveal it. And my people, or people that I call family, they never whoop my children, around me. They will always say, they need a whooping, they need a whooping. I said, well, what did they do? I wasn't really big on whooping my children or spanking them. If I did, they had to really do something, and then I had to check myself. Because even if they really did something, they need to be talked to, not beat on or whooped or spanked. So now, in a sense, it's like people that never whooped my children are now whooping them. People that never laid a finger on my children are now whooping my children. It even come to with a gash is on my daughter's face. But mind you, before my children got took from me, they never whooped them. Now all of a sudden you're abusing. And I'm just trying to, not only am I here trying to figure some things out, but some things that I already pretty much know. You cannot trust everyone around your children. Not even the people that say, oh, I whoop over here. Or I whoop children over here. Thank you for letting me know. My children won't be coming over your home because I don't whoop them. I talk to them. Aren't you guys like tired of whooping? Or tired of beating your child? That doesn't work. We've been doing it for a while. I heard stories of my grandfather actually beating the fuck out of my dad and uncles when they were in their 20s. He will come over to their homes. Get your faggot ass up out of there. This is stories that I heard from my own father. Get your faggot ass up out of there. In his 20s. When is it okay to do these things? Why don't we even respect children or respect our own children? And I could be all over the place, but I think this is like into the same topic, to be honest. Trusting people around our children that should not be trusted. I think now, I know that it's some people in a dark space, some more than others. And I really think now is the time to reflect and look within and look at self and pay attention who we have around our children. Because our children tell us by the way they look, by the way they express themselves, who they want to be around and who they don't. And some children be confused. It's a lot of children out there getting molested and think that it's okay and think that it's normal. And I know it's a touchy subject and it might hurt to have to think about it. So, I mean, I just came here to say that little bit. Maybe next time I'll write it down. But I just had that come over me for a minute. Like, stop trusting everyone around your children and then wondering why they're rebellious. And then wondering why, damn, they don't listen to me. Damn, I give them everything they want. Damn, I give them everything they need. It's something deeper than them just not listening to you. You and left them around some family members that are not where you are. I'm not going to call them names, but not where you are. Thinking mental illness is real. And they try to make it seem like you're the one that's ill because you're saying some pretty conscious or truth-telling things. And people don't like to hear the truth, especially when they're still doing their dirt. I grew up being molested. You know, not really realizing, not really thinking what those things were. just going on with life and living, having my breakdown moments really was an awakening for me, you know. It's people out there, just because you might have done things young and thought like, okay, this is only when I'm younger. You might have kissed your cousin, or your cousin had took advantage of you, or brother or sister, but those things are not normal. That's a mental illness. And just because you may have stopped doing those naughty things that you don't supposed to do to cousins and sisters and brothers, that doesn't mean that they stop doing it. Hell, they could be 30, 40 years old, still molesting young children, 50 years old, 60 years old, 70 years old. Let's not act like this isn't real in this world, because it is. Every day you hear something so mind-blowing that you say, oh, is this real? This has to be fake. It can't be real. Watch your children. Pay attention to them. Pay attention to where they want to go. Pay attention to where they don't want to go. I even recalled a friend or an associate from high school. She told me when she got married that her husband would not whoop a child that was her oldest but not his child. He wouldn't whoop him around him, or he was afraid or something like that. And she told him, listen, if you're going to whoop him, I'd rather you do it in front of me, because I don't know what you're doing behind my back. You could be abusing him. You could be making him do things that I don't even do. And when she told me that, it didn't click then. It had to click really all this time, because I'm thinking that you think that you can trust people around your children. You think that you can trust people that you think that you've known for a long time, and you don't know nothing about these people. It's stuff that they do behind your back that they don't show you. They don't show you everything. Some people have secrets into the day they die, and then want somebody to tell the secret after they die because they're too ashamed. Well, I hope that I help someone on today, because that's my goal, while still trying to help myself. No need to keep secrets or act like you ain't really going through nothing for real, when you know that you are, especially when it comes to your children. Okay? I hope you have a prosperous day. Deuce, deuce. Kiss, kiss.